Hi, I'm Robin Richardson, otherwise known as Your Psychic Girlfriend. I'm a psychic, intuitive coach, and healer. And I'm here on Lifechanger, and I'm so excited to share with you, well, I'm sharing with you a really, really difficult time in my life where I created, or the universe created for me, a miracle. And I was going through a very, very difficult divorce, and I was in an in-home separation, which happens often with couples. And I was literally living in the basement. It was the most difficult, depressing time of my life, and metaphorically, the basement was really the bottom. I didn't know how the relationship was going to end. I didn't know what the next step would be. I didn't know how I was going to survive. I didn't, much less thrive in this difficult situation. And I knew that I wanted to move from the home. I didn't want to stay there any longer. Although I was very much the kind of person that held on to relationships too long, shoes too long, those kind of things. My mantra began to be, if it occurs, it's correct. It was one of those things that allowed me to let go of control, let go of having to know the hows. And I began also asking the questions of the universe, what needs to happen here in order for me to move to my new home. And I wasn't willing to settle for less. I mean, I was already at the bottom. So, it was either a cardboard box or it was something way better than that. So I began to put out to the universe, what's next. And I looked at a lot of different places. I couldn't afford them. They were awful. I wanted to be in the neighborhood where my kids were already growing up and living. I wanted my daughter, who was in middle school at the time, to stay at her school and my son at the high school. So I was looking in a very narrow area, and my intuition told me that I really should expand and consider a different area. So I asked a friend who's a realtor, can you, help me find a place? And I gave her the parameters, and my dream was to, have my own master bathroom, to have in unit laundry, to have a garage. I went to town, AC, the whole thing, and to be in an affordable cost, and where my kids can feel good and comfortable and nurtured, as well as me and my clients. So she said to me, well, would you consider this other area? And I said, sure, why not? And we went into a place that didn't have 3 bedrooms. I was looking for 3 bedrooms, but had 2 and a recreation room that had everything you would need to make it a room, a bedroom, and an extra area for living. It was perfect. But then my next question was, how am I going to make this work, right? So being the person I was at the time, I let things go for too long, and a flood occurred, and it really forced me out of the basement. Everything, happened for a reason, and I believe it occurred because it was correct, and it got me to this next step. It literally pushed me out the door and into my new home, which I'm really grateful, and now I've learned the lesson that I don't need to know the how. I could do it a lot gently, but a lot more gently, but the how was not important. Asking the questions of the universe and really being with, what is occurring is correct. So that's my life changer moment, my miracle creating, and I offer that to you. And I look forward to talking to you further on Life Changer, Motivational Whispers, or my website, yourpsychicgirlfriend.com.